So a friend of mine gave me a call and asked me if I could surface the head of a boat motor, outboard probably, two-stroke. Easy enough. Just laid the head in the vise and indicated across it and got it relatively level. It had a little bit of warp to it, and set up a fly cutter basically, and making some passes across this thing. So we got that. And I don't know what it's called, but the water cover. I don't know. It's another part of the head. We got to true all this stuff up. Had a couple of broken bolts in this in the cylinder head. Had to remove those, and yeah, just give these things a cut and send them on their way. I got the DRO zeroed. Made the last cut. We zeroed everything, and now I'm going to go ahead and give it a little space and pass it back over. The just seems to cut a little nicer going the other direction. Probably because I don't have the head absolutely perfectly trammed in. It's very close, but just likes to cut better the other direction. So we'll make the final cut going in that direction. Sure, clear the part. And I think we're going to take about a 3 thou cut. Right there. And I'm going to spray a little oil on this guy. Make a bit of a mess. This helps it cut. Get those chips out of there. All right. Over some throttle. And some auto feed. I don't know what gasket he's using, what kind of surface finish he needs. I don't think it's that fussy. So we're just going to try and give it a relatively fine surface finish. Go ahead and zero this. And let it cut. Taking about 8 thou off of this guy, and I've got him just about where we want him. Cutter's touching everywhere, but we're leaving a little bit of porosity back here. So I think we'll make one more real light cut, and that should be enough. And here's my crazy setup that I fly cut this with. Used a boring head with a little fly cutter on there. Give you maybe an idea of what the tool looked like. Alright, this cover that goes on the cylinder head really didn't have enough structure to support itself in my vise, and kind of toe clamping it to the table was kind of out of the question. It rattled like crazy and chattered like mad with a shell mill. Tried that. I tried my my fly cutter setup, and nothing seemed to work, even shallow cuts. So I just threw a 3/8 two flute square end mill in and just made some 1/4 inch step overs and surfaced it off. It seemed to work pretty good. Used some jacks just to put a little support on here. They're barely in there, and worked good, nice and flat. The other side of this cover is not terribly chewed up, but it does have a flat spot. A little bit of saltwater damage. We'll go ahead and skim that over too. I got a kind of a crazy setup on this. Just holds it down on the parallel. Seems to be pretty solid. So we'll run that 3/8 end mill over this and flatten it off. So there we go. Just had to surface one side of this this water cover, and then both sides of the cylinder head. This is something I can do here pretty quick. Showed you guys the setup and how I make that happen just on the Bridgeport. I had to take a couple of broken bolts out of the cylinder head. That's super easy to do on a Bridgeport. And you know, this is something I can run through here just as a support to the community. We've only, on the big island of Hawaii, that's where we're at, we've only got a couple of machine shops that do this kind of stuff, so they're always super busy. I see mixed reviews. I've never personally used any of these places, but for a local guy who happens to know the right person, we can run this through, and it takes almost no time. I pretty much did this on my lunch hour. So yeah, just facing off some cylinder heads for a two-stroke.